we go. Hey.
All right. Hey. Welcome to Pre-Chat.
Welcome.
Hey, Chit Chatters, come on in.
How y'all
Invite
doing?
somebody in. This is our last Pre-Chat for
Of
the season.
Of the season.
Right. We're going to take our little break and come back fresh.
Yes.
All right. So y'all come on. We got some stuff we got to talk about. Let me make sure I get on with everybody.
Let me go over here.
All right. Y'all come on in. Conversations with Linda tonight. All right. Yeah. This is our last episode.
Let's see here.
For the season. You got me in. Get me in, Courtney. All right. How y'all doing? I didn't have a Sunday nap. Let me start right there. I am subject to be off. All right. I'm subject to be off, right? Y'all just okay.
Hey, LaShondia.
Hey, LaShondia. All right. LaShondia's got a new something going now. I went over and liked her page. LaShondia, what you doing? Yeah, she's doing something with HR. You know, that's her lane.
Consulting,
anyway.
Perhaps.
Consulting.
Okay,
that's
good,
her lane.
Good.
But she's, really giving us information on social media.
That's really good. HR is just one of those areas. When it constantly changes.
It does.
Human resources constantly changes. Hey, Sister Vanessa. Hey, Sister Vanessa. Shirley
Dowdy. Yeah, y'all come on in and invite somebody because we got something to talk about. I'm throwing us off because I got something to talk to you about. I gotta talk to you about this.
You know, I never know what's gonna happen on these shows.
And I don't like to tell you because I really want to get your
my
raw
initial
reaction.
So you all, these comments shared. I guess they come from the abundance of my heart at that point.
Right. I don't want you to think through it with your intellectual self and all of that. I just want to hear what you gotta say. All right, so y'all come on in.
Let's see who's here. Y'all tell us you're here. Chit Chatters, tell us you are here.
Right.
Tell us you're here. Yes, I started consultation and notary business.
All
That's
right,
great. You need to have a good notary.
That's it.
Gotta have a good notary.
All right, y'all come on in. Let everybody share it so people can get in on. We got a great episode tonight this week.
Yes. Tell me who that person is.
I call them the Pastors' Wives of Memphis.
Yes.
Pastors' Wives of Memphis. And they really are a group of friends, right? But they are pastors' wives. And of course, I've been in this business a long time.
Yeah.
Long before I was a pastor, I was a pastor's wife.
That's right.
So I'm very, very in tune and probably protective of their role because I know the shoes that they walk in. But I had a wonderful conversation with them.
That's good. Ella Dilts, hey there, Sister Audrey.
Hey, Sister Audrey. So it's interesting to hear these young folk talk about what it's like now. Not much has changed.
I was gonna say in the similarities.
Not much has changed. The saints in these churches sometimes there's a lot of expectations that go along with it. And no other, and I'm gonna say this in the episode, so y'all make sure y'all watch tonight's episode. I can't think of many other professions other than maybe the President of the United States where the wife comes with expectations regarding his occupation. The doctor's wife
can be disconnected.
She don't even. The patients never see her, right? But the pastor's wife, she has to go to work with him, even though she has her own job. Usually, she has to go to work with him, and people have an expectation of her, and will criticize her and she's not getting paid normally for the work that she does. Yeah.
She's just supporting her husband.
That's what they want you to work now.
They want you to work.
Yeah, so because supporting him could just be sitting there saying amen to his sermon. But they want
these men something else. These churches something else.
But people want to see, so you gotta go work where you work and then go
come to work.
Come to work. Right.
Now what is that over there?
What? Oh. Your radar went all the way over there.
That's Quincy, you did that?
To last week's high. That's last week. We had two.
Oh, that means it's good then. So I want y'all to know how we going on the diet. There's a lemon meringue pie.
Wait, I know what I forgot. Did y'all hear the prophet say I was 110 pounds?
I did. I
received it in the
I
spirit.
did.
I was like, oh God, he is looking.
I saw you did.
He's looking at me through the eyes of faith, baby. I received that. Okay.
April Lampkin, April Marshall said that she feels that first lady should just get a check just because of the sacrifice.
Oh, what you said, April.
Hey, Keisha Rice Gillum, do you have some oatmeal raisin cookies? You know, she makes me my own thing of oatmeal raisin
Wait a
cookies.
minute, I want to go back to
Sunday.
April, and she said, pastor's wife. I really do believe that, because as a pastor's wife, before I ever acknowledged my call to preach, I was making hospital visits with him. I was going to funerals with him. And people expected, you know, and and they can say they don't, but when they ask the question, "Where is your wife?" then there's expectation that you will be there. Those services, all of that. If not, you'll get labeled as the stuck up, mean, standoffish, unsupportive.
So
yes, they should get a check.
So should young preachers like myself? Should I be looking for somebody that's okay with assuming some of those roles? Or should I just be like, baby, you ain't gonna have to be in this with
me? It depends on you. Some guys say she doesn't have to do a thing. But you need to know that, though. You need to know whether or not you're going to want her to be in that world with you.
Hey, Claudia.
And treat her well for being there.
That's right.
Because she's got to, most of these wives get up on Monday morning going to another job. Okay, so anyway, Chad, don't let me get started on that. But that's what our episode is for tonight about pastors.
She said wives. Yes. April said yes. Please tell them you are called. I am called to the people. Whoever it is just got to be all right. But particularly with my call, and I don't, you know, my philosophy in the work world is, and in some things, just don't get in my way when it comes to my call or when it comes to an assignment. Like you ain't gotta necessarily be there. But now you can't be a problem either.
Okay, I agree with that. I agree with that. Problem. But anyway, so that's what tonight's episode is about. It's really good. It's really good. So y'all make sure y'all tune in. Now, I was going to talk about a whole lot of things. I was going to talk about Jamie Foxx. You know,
yes, y'all, we got to pray for Jamie Foxx.
Had a
stroke, aneurysm, something they're saying. But let's pray him on through.
Yeah.
When I first heard, I felt something in my belly.
Right.
Did you feel something in your belly when you first heard? She said,
So
y'all, let's pray for him. Let's
Hey, Stephanie. So this is what I want to talk about. So we're gonna forego.
Surprise,
and y'all, this is our last episode for this season.
We're gonna have to come on and just do some pop-ups.
Okay, we'll do some pop-ups because this stuff we got to talk about.
That's right.
Okay, I was just perusing right before this.
Y'all praying?
Because he doesn't know what I'm going to talk about. I was just looking at some articles, and in Time magazine, there's this article saying self-love is making us lonely. Oh, it was powerful.
That's good. That's
self-love is making us lonely.
They don't have to say nothing else.
Okay.
I agree.
You agree?
I agree.
And I'm telling you, I do too. And when you hear what they're saying,
let me say, before I even hear the article, they talk about how you're able to create your own bubble for yourself. They're talking about how you can disconnect and you can go and do your own pedicure, manicure. You can do all of those things by yourself. But and that's what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you don't have that element of the human community and relationships. Now that's my synopsis of the article, and I've not read it.
But it talks about how it has become the core tenet of modern culture, of modern wellness culture. All right. And it is capitalism. It's selling us this whole idea because it then sells us all of these products and services in the name of self-love. Wow. All right. And it promises
it started out as self-care, y'all.
Right.
You have to know how things progress.
It said, to navigate the harsh terrain of radical individualism, self-love has emerged as our tool for survival.
Wait a minute. To do what to the harsh terrain?
To navigate the harsh terrain of radical individualism. See, we were after being individuals.
Yeah.
All right. And now we're talking, self-love became our tool for survival, right? And we talked, and so it talks about how all of this, though, has come from campaigns on social media and all of that. It has become a commodity for us as consumers, right? To buy into. Now, what do y'all think about that?
People are saying
self-love is making us lonely.
Somebody said they agree. Mama, hey, Shirley Dally.
Hey there. Listen to this. It says, Influencers alike sell products and keep people hyper fixated on themselves. You know, I've been saying this. That the me-centered culture is a force of isolation rather than attachment. Listen to this, y'all. Listen, I want y'all to tell me what you think. When we take a moment to consider the culture we're living in, where loneliness rates are at an unprecedented high, touch deprivation is a serious concern, and polarizing animosity has replaced empathic connection. It begins to make sense why we've sought refuge in self-love. To survive in a fractured world, we've been left with little choice but to turn inwards for affection. Isn't that powerful? What do y'all think about that?
You said something that I liked.
Okay, what
you just read?
Wait, listen. Studies.
What's that part? I want.
Okay,
you have to take me slow. I just heard this now.
But we don't have but a short time.
I got something to say. This piece about
I was down here.
Unprecedented highs of touch deprivation is a serious
polarizing
animosity has replaced empathetic career. And I'm thinking about, when I talk about the polarizing animosity, I'm thinking about all the stuff that's happening in government and how even our governmental leaders are engaging in this polarizing animosity. And so much so that it is turning into like rage. And we're in a time where we're seeing more barbaric. We are, and we're seeing more mass shootings.
Yes. From lonely, isolated, disconnected people who don't feel cared about in this world. Listen to this. Study after study shows that we're living inside of a growing loneliness epidemic. In a recent survey conducted by Cigna, researchers found listen to this, 80% of adults from ages 18 to 24 reported feeling lonely. 80%. In 2018, even before the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, one study showed that 54% of Americans felt like no one in their life knew them well. Is that not something?
That is, Mama said nothing can take place of human touch. That is so something. Now, I'm thinking about that group 18 to 24. That's a group. See, I didn't have all these gadgets and devices.
Right.
But those kids were raised
absolutely
as loners on their phone. So even when they try to peep out, because they don't have the social skills, they turn back inward.
Absolutely.
Because you can't thrive in an environment without your mama and daddy only. Because those are the only people you got to talk to. Or the people on your gaming devices or your phone that you play. It's interesting.
Listen, it said, look, attribute such such jarring isolation to what one of the professors of psychiatry said. He calls a culture of separation. Isn't that something? Our society emphasizes separation rather than connection. Isn't that something? He said we are promoting self-preoccupation, negative social comparisons, and rattling insecurity. What? I mean, listen to this, y'all. Studies show that too much focus on oneself is associated with anxiety and depression.
Too much focus on one's own self is associated with anxiety and depression.
It says, and at a time of such immense social fragmentation, that's what you're talking about, we need to cultivate the kind that brings us together. I'm telling y'all, this was something. It said, self-love through the warped filter of radical individualism tends to make us feel alienated, disconnected, and stuck in our own heads. Isn't that what you said? No, I could not come on here and talk about anything else because I thought this is so jarring. If we don't take a look at what we're doing and what we're creating and how we are, no wonder everybody's so angry, and no wonder everybody is so depressed and anxious. You're not connected. And even when we come in spaces together, y'all tell me what y'all think now. I'm looking at your comments. Even when you come into spaces where we are together, we're still isolated because people are not present.
That's right.
We come together, but we're not present. We're not in the conversation. We can't get off our devices.
That's right.
We can't engage in the conversation. And now we're so insecure because we are afraid.
That's right.
When I do speak,
that's it.
Somebody, I'm not saying the right thing.
And this is what this says right here. We live in a climate where needing help can evoke shame and embarrassment.
Yeah.
Where cutthroat competition takes precedence over compassionate collaboration, and where self-sufficiency is celebrated as the ultimate achievement. That made me think about when you pop out, like you're saying, when you're trying to go.
When you're trying. And you don't have the social skills. Y'all come on, talk to me. I mean, think about that, because this is the most.
Wow.
We've got everything at our disposal. We got more money than our parents, grandparents had. All of that. But this is the loneliest culture
in its commodified form. Did you say this?
You know, you've taken my article.
Self-love. Can I read it now? This is my first time reading. In its commodified form, self-love is not really self-love at all. Instead, it's more like self-sabotage, convincing us to hyper-focus on ourselves at the expense of connecting with others.
It's not that you shouldn't love yourself, right? But there has to be balance. It has to be balanced, and it cannot be when you talk about at the expense. And we flipped it because we started focusing on self-love because we realized that we weren't loving ourselves at the expense of others.
That's right.
Now we flipped it on its head because we can never do that. Have balance. We just always got to go from one extreme to the next. But I am so concerned because do you know how many people I talk to that say I'm so lonely? And I'm like, but there are people all around. Where are your friends? Where? But we are not connecting.
Wait. Somebody don't agree.
Okay.
I don't agree. I believe self-love is increasing our self-esteem and self-worth, so that keeps us from settling because of how we treat ourselves and want the same or more from others. And if we don't get it, we stay around the ones that give us what we need or keep getting it from ourselves.
So Kristen, it doesn't say, the article is not saying you should not love yourself. What it's saying is we are at the other end of the spectrum, right? We went to the other extreme. And what it's doing is creating an isolated, alienated life, right?
That's right.
Because we are, as it said, hyper-focused. So it doesn't say you should love yourself, but we are hyper-focused on ourselves. And I'm telling you, I meet more people, young and old, who are extremely lonely.
Extremely lonely.
And I think that's why I couldn't talk about nothing else, because I'm telling you, we need to fix this.
And the word that keeps coming up is introvert.
And I'm an introvert.
Right. And I think that it is important for us to know, because somebody on here is saying they're saying they're introvert and they have to make sure they're connecting. I don't think so. There's an extreme of introversion, just like there's an extreme of extroversion.
Absolutely.
But what that doesn't mean is that we don't need community.
And when we find ourselves when it starts coming out of your mouth, hey Lolita, I see your comment too, because Lolita said they can say what they want to say, but COVID contributed to that. It really did. But what they're saying is it started before COVID.
Absolutely.
It really did.
Absolutely.
COVID just made it worse. COVID amplified it. COVID brought it to the surface.
I shouldn't say this. Remember there was a song that came out called Lord Deliver Me from People. And I thought that was the antithesis of the kingdom.
Right.
Because the point of being in the kingdom is that you're in here with people. So we cannot continue to perpetuate these ideas of us not needing people. And as long as I got me, I'm good. No, okay.
And when you find it coming out of your mouth, I don't need people. It is the red flag. It's the siren. It's all of that. I've been in that place where I say I don't need folks, but it's always that's a symptom of something going on deeper inside of you. You've been hurt, bruised, broken, or what have you. And it happens to all of us.
And then we try to build our lives with not having people. We try to build our lives with not having to answer to nobody or even consult with anybody.
Absolutely.
Because then what the enemy does is he makes us think that there's this control or there's this
that's
not it.
Anxiety. Anxiety is after control. Okay, so wait a minute. LaShondia says, so how do you get introverted people to open up? I think that the introvert person themselves. I'm an introvert. I
Mhm.
really am. I'm a learned extrovert.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
really am. I get recharged by being by myself.
Mhm.
But notice I said I get recharged.
Mhm.
And then once I get recharged, that can get me back out.
Because if you leave a phone on the charger too long, it'll mess up that battery.
Sure will. Sure
It'll
will.
ruin that battery.
Sure will. So that was good.
Mhm.
So listen. So for us introverts, we do. I'm not saying don't claim your time that you need for
Mhm.
yourself.
Mhm.
I'm saying make sure that you don't create an island
Mhm.
that you live
That's
on.
it. Mhm.
All right?
Mhm.
Because that island will get you in trouble. Because one day you're going to feel like, well, my phone is not even ringing.
Mhm.
Nobody even knows it's my birthday.
And you created
Nobody has even invited me to dinner. You have
You
created
created
an island.
Mhm. Mhm.
And y'all remember the song, No Man is an Island.
Mhm.
No man stands alone.
Mhm.
Each man's,
Mhm.
what is it? Each man's joy is joy to me. Each man's grief is my own. We
Mhm.
need one another. So I will defend. Each man is my brother.
Mhm.
Each man is my friend. I learned that in elementary
That's
school.
good.
And
That's
it's
real.
still
And
with
it's
me.
still with you.
Because it really did teach me something.
Mhm.
It really did. Okay, y'all can see I'm real passionate.
So
Because I see this so much, you all.
we need each other. Real relationships are important. Relationships keep you from feeling lonely, Mama said. So how do you get introverted people to open up? Did we talk about that
Yeah,
already?
I just talked about that. I said, so you can't they have to choose it. I have to choose, but I have to know, I have to be convinced. Let me tell you something what that preacher said today. Let me tell you something what Dr. Connor said. He said so many things that I couldn't elaborate on. But let me tell you something. He said, you can't give anybody the want to.
That's it.
Ooh, wasn't that good?
That's it.
I can't give you the want to.
You can lead them to the water, but you can't make them drink.
Right. But I do think that you need to recognize in your own life when you are creating an island, you are disconnecting. And yes, we've all been hurt and all of that. But nobody is perfect, not even you. So we have to bridge that gap.
I'm like you now. I'm like you now. You know how you say something? Say that again. You need to realize
none
when
of us.
you can when you have created an island.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little about just kind of what does that look like? What are the things that people say to themselves?
I don't need anybody. I don't fool with folk. Right? Well, who else are you gonna fool with?
Yeah.
If you don't fool with folk.
Yeah.
And oftentimes you can't see your own faults because people putting up with you in some kind of way.
That's it.
I'm telling you now. And that's what the article talked about. They talked about you need introspection.
That's it.
You need to look at yourself, right? Because I'm telling you, the day will come if you keep getting up in the morning, going to bed at night, you're going to experience loneliness. And there's no one to call because you haven't cultivated relationships. You haven't cultivated friendships. You haven't cultivated.
So when you're going through, it feels like you got to break the ice.
Yes.
You got to lay a foundation and it's not even there.
Right. And everybody else now, they got 10, 20-year friendships and you don't have any.
That's it.
Right? Because you have disconnected. Now, let me tell you, I know there are toxic people and all of that. So I'm not saying be with toxic folks. I'm not saying that. But now make sure you're not toxic either.
And I remember being younger and they talk about love is risky, but love anyway.
Love
giving may not yield the result that you thought it would give, but give anyway.
And because it comes back to you.
It comes back.
Somebody somewhere, it comes back to you. But I'm just saying, if we're going to be, people who live longest are people who have community.
My mama called them island people.
Island people.
She said island people say people make me sick.
Listen, let me tell you something. Just keep thinking that we gotta do better, y'all. We are too isolated, too disconnected. You don't have to be best friends. All right, now I teach my children this, the grown children. Everybody's not gonna be your best friend.
That's it.
But I can go and sit and talk and laugh and all that, and then I come on home.
And that's connection.
That is connection.
Because there are levels to connection.
I'm telling you.
And it's not until we begin to connect with people that then we're able to even categorize our connection. Yeah. Because sometimes we think it's just that deep connection.
Right.
Is what.
Wait a minute, why is Bishop calling me and I'm on my pre-chat?
The deep. LA time. He's on LA. the deep connection is what scares folks. Now we got 4 minutes.
Okay, I gotta tell y'all, please join the show tonight. This is our last show for the season. It's the Pastors' Wives of Memphis. Let me tell you, they are a treat. I so enjoyed
talking to them.
I really did.
I'm sure you'll have them over to the house soon.
Oh, you know,
I already
it's already planned because they talked about how lonely the life can be, and I certainly know that, having been a pastor's wife so many years, it can be very lonely because you don't know what people are going to misconstrue if you say it. You don't know what they're after, their agenda, and if you become so hypersensitive to that. Once you hit that close button, it's going on a little better. So yeah, I'm sorry about that, y'all. But it's gonna be a great show.
What you got coming up?
What I got? My birthday, May 14th.
It is coming up on Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yes. My birthday is coming up next Monday after Founders Day. Then Bishop and I are going to Houston to IC3. We're doing story time. We're going to talk about our story. So yeah, y'all, I want y'all to connect with somebody. Call on, on the phone. What you doing? Do something. Go speak to folk in the grocery store. Don't walk past everybody and not speak. Teach your children and grandchildren social skills.
Speak to the people on your job.
Yes, you don't have to like their potluck. You don't have to eat it, but just go and laugh and have fun. You don't have to eat the potluck. Yeah, you get that little thing that you need, your cup full, and then you go on home and watch TV by yourself and all of that kind of stuff. But I want y'all, these kids got to know some social skills. They do. Because they are going to feel really lonely in the world because they don't know how to connect with people. Okay, so I know I just hijacked Pre-Chat with this subject.
But it is your show.
Well, and I'm just passionate about this because I'm really seeing this
Send me that.
so much.
Hey there, Pastor Reed.
Hey, Pastor Reed. Deborah Reed, that's my friend. So I call her, we laugh and talk. You know what I mean? We're both busy, but we need that connection. And our thing is, okay, I haven't heard from you in 3 days.
That's good.
All right?
That's good.
So I want y'all to make friends.
You're going to rise after these 3 days.
I know. If you want to have friends, you got to show yourself friendly.
That's it.
You can't be standoffish and think you're going to have friends.
Think you're going to have friends.
Right.
You close. That's what you have friends.
Okay, y'all. So Pastors' Wives of Memphis is going to be our episode for this evening. We're going to take a break from conversations with Linda for I don't know how many weeks, but Courtney's saying we're going to have pop-ups because it is so much we have to talk about. It's just so much we're going to talk about.
The relationship thing
and
offline.
Okay, it's 6:59. And listen, you single women, do not don't believe the okie doke. All right, spring, summer is coming. Everybody coming outside.
What's the okie doke?
The okie doke it's just spring and summer, and everybody coming outside.
What's the
and folks connecting? You know what I mean? Don't fall for it. Go on.
But you don't want them talking about it this season.
If he didn't want you in the wintertime, don't go.
So you saying it's broken down now? I ain't gonna find nobody in this. The Lord is still putting people together in the spring. That's what it's about. Spring forward. Shine.
We're gonna get out so y'all can go watch Conversations with Linda, y'all. It's been a joy.
She done shut the dating pool down.